Happy Pious Show!
Because we're so pious. Although it was Pie Day the other day.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing.
Apple Pie Day?
Right?
Banana Cream Pie Day? What kind of day? What kind of pie? Any
It's
pies?
pie.
Just Pie Day.
3.4.
3.14. Oh, that kind of
Yeah.
pie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That pie doesn't excite me.
That pie.
Like
yeah.
apple pie.
I want some pie.
Anyway, hey, hello everyone. It's the Cult
Hello.
Show.
Yes.
It is Friday night. We are together. What's going on, guys? Aside from Pie Day.
aside from Pie Day, which is a big event in my life, I have a really tasty beverage. Can I tell you about it?
Oh, please.
Can I tell you about it?
Tell us about
I've
your
got
pious
my-
beverage.
It is actually rather pious. So I've got the seed lip in there, the rum one. So it's the non-alcohol rum, the Spice 94, with peach and white peach and ginger.
Dang.
And it's
Nice.
so good.
Sounds
super
good.
it's like super refreshing. But like I feel like I'm on a tropical vacation, which I've never been on. So it's theoretic.
We'll have to take you on one of those someday, Sandra.
It smells really good. I'm gonna
Quite
come back with
nice.
so many animals and flora that you're not allowed to take out of the country,
Yeah.
stuffed in my suitcase.
You're gonna get stopped at the border, and they're just gonna throw you into a little fauna prison.
And I'll say, not without my children.
There you go.
Or a fauna prison.
I love it. That sounds like I would end up in my
Oh,
cat
look.
might join us.
Stitches is making an appearance.
Stitches. She's really jealous when I use this blanket. So she's kind of like reclaiming her space.
She's all over. That's pretty funny.
Okay.
Hopefully she'll lay down right there, and she'll be on.
I
the
know
whole
she's
show.
kind of like she's looking for that sweet spot, that
Yep.
cats need, and she's clearly not finding it.
Nope.
Oh God, she's gonna fall.
Is she gonna make it? Oh, she's laying down. All right.
And
Very
There's the
Look at
good.
Stitches.
There's Stitches, my little torty cat. She never
Awesome.
likes to be on the show.
She must be getting jealous of Jake.
He's a good kitty.
Too much Jake time.
That's
He's
fine.
right over here next to me. Jake's next to me over here. So
He was on the screen right before we came on. He tried
He
to
was.
sabotage the show, but
that was some major havoc. Anyway, Caleb, what are you drinking?
So because we're doing a pious show, I shall be drinking the blood of Christ.
The blood
oh,
of
nice, the
Christ.
sacramental
I've
wine.
got a Cabernet Sauvignon
Wow.
With a little Jesus blood.
with a little just a dollop,
Tasty.
I am.
just a little hand drip.
Oh, hand drip, little foot drip.
I've got
What do you got?
I have. Looks like the urine of Christ, I guess. If you look at the color of mine,
Oh, he
So-
might be very dehydrated by the looks of things.
that could be. So, anyway, yeah, it's been a rough week. So, you know what? I'm just taking the rest of that moonshine that Michael got for the birthday,
Yeah.
put it on some ice, and that's it. I'm gonna finish it off.
You
So-
guys love that moonshine.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
so good.
It's
I tried
good.
a sip
Delicious.
of it.
It's
I tried a
the
sip of it, and then I wanted to scrape my tongue off. So
midnight
that was the end
moon.
of that for me.
Yep.
But I mean, it smelled kind of nice. I like the way it smelled.
Speaking of pie, I have a apple pie. Yes,
There you go.
apple pious moonshine. So it all comes together in the end.
I love it. Look at us. We're so on brand.
We are. So, Sandra, real quick, what's going on
Yeah.
tonight's show?
Tonight we are talking about a 70s slasher classic, Alice, Sweet Alice.
She is so sweet.
What
All right.
Alice. Stitches, raise your glass. Wow.
Dominus,
Cheers.
hibiscus. All right. So, who is with us tonight?
I know Space Face is here.
Yeah,
I saw that.
we
I
got the
saw
mace.
I saw
Who
Hungry
else?
Boy.
Hungry. Yep.
I just
It's like like concentration. Who else can you
Yeah,
remember?
well,
that's in
because
the
I was
chat?
only
It's a
I
new
just
game.
really popped in to say hi. I think that was like all I saw.
Well, we also got Enoch.
Hey, Enoch?
Enoch is with us. Pismo Mark in the house.
Got Stitches.
Laura. Laura is with us.
Hi, Laura.
The wonderful Laura.
Mindy.
I'm looking to see if Mindy is with us. Michael, we got Mindy is here, I'm hearing. Okay, hello, Mindy.
Mindy,
Hey, Mindy.
Mindy, are you here? Come
I
towards the
haven't got
sound
to
of my
Mindy.
voice.
Yeah, raise your hand, Mindy. Jesus, don't be so shy. And we got Dusty.
Stay.
Michael
Yes.
B. Michael B.
Michael.
All our Michaels are here. Yay.
All Michaels
All the
accounted for.
Michaels. All of them. Mark Vision's Truth. Mark over there in East Washington. Hello. Hello, my friend. Hello. And I think that is it for now. So if you are
Nice.
not yet chimed in the chat, please say hello. We want to hear from you.
Chime in. We want to hear from you.
We want to hear your pious stories of grace
Piety.
and piety and
Piety.
stigmata and whatever other fun things you might have.
Tell us about if you've ever had a stigmata.
Yeah. Just
Put
share
it in
your
the
horror stories.
comments. Yeah. I'm
You ever
trying
been,
to
you ever
like
been up
make
on a
it...
cross and stabbed in the side, because of a traitorous peoples, and let us know.
Yeah, I'm trying to like sit so you guys can see Stitches, but I don't know if it's gonna work. You might just like
It's
see
gonna
her
hurt
little
you.
bum.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
go
you
for
might
the,
just see her little bum.
go for the bottom. Go for the ass end. Oh, we
She's
got
so silly.
with us. We have someone named. Whoa. So that's an
Hola.
actual name. Hola.
Hi, this is Stitches. Ugh. Yeah,
Oh,
she
look at
likes
that.
it there.
And we got Nicole. Hello, Nicole.
And Nicole.
Hello, Nicole.
Nicole,
All right.
this is Stitches. Stitches, Nicole.
Let's move to what the heck you guys did this week. Clue us in.
I did some excitement. May I start?
Please.
Always. Jeez, always. So as per usual, I'm continuing my little trudge through The Walking Dead. So I finished season 9 today. Like I just finished season 9, like before we started. So now I'm like on season 10, which is more or less caught up. So I'm feeling like pretty good about that. What
You're
else?
getting there.
Oh, hey. Adopted a new child. Yeah.
Hey.
we got well, he's not a baby, he's an old man. We got a veiled chameleon. He was a rescue. He was surrendered, and his name is Pascal. And he's chilling with us now for his golden years. He's a beautiful, grumpy lizard. And producer Scott is absolutely in love with him.
Nice.
Yeah. And he is really like cool. He changes colors.
That's cool.
So that joins Stitches, cat, also grumpy, and Sweetheart, my snake. And so Stitches likes to hiss at people. Pascal hisses at people. Ironically, the snake is the only one that doesn't hiss at people. Figure that out.
Because we all
So
know Sandra hisses at people.
Oh, I hiss up a freaking storm. I'm always like my devil.
Sandra
hiss.
hisses and she freaking puts her tail in the air, she does the whole thing, man. So
And I spit a venom.
she spits. And that's when she likes you.
Yeah.
She just goes, hey, Neil.
That's just like that's like a greeting.
Yeah, pretty much. Spits on you.
Yeah. It's not poisonous, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
You build up an immunity to your spit eventually. We kind of get used to it. So
Oh yeah, you guys are way used to it.
we are.
And can I share one thing we all watched?
Yes.
We watched the new Nick Cage film because that's just what we do now. Is we're just going through the Nick Cage canon, and we watched Willy's Wonderland.
Yes.
And it was amazing.
It was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. It made me laugh so hard.
It's like it's Nick Cage and Vampire's Kiss, but the opposite in a way of his character. Like he's
Right,
still
you like take that and you flip it.
Yeah, he's insane, but yet in a flipped way.
In a
So,
flipped way.
yeah, but it was fun for sure.
Yeah.
Fun flick.
Yeah.
Glorious.
Glorious.
Basically, we've forsaken Kevin Costner after that whole Postman debacle. So now we're doing Nick Cage.
Wow, we've
So.
forsaken him. I don't think we voted on that. But are you
No.
trying to get Nick Cage elected as our new
I know,
savior? Because
jeez.
I want to be a part of this runoff election. I really do. Let the
My
games
Kevin, my
begin.
Kevin,
One.
why have you forsaken me?
Anyway, Caleb, did you get anything? Did you get into anything?
Yes,
Did you do anything?
I've got quite a bit here, so bear with
Uh-oh.
me. So the first two things, this is sort of the Neil show. He told me I needed to watch a TV show called Red Oaks. And so I am almost through the first season of that. It takes place in the 80s. It is a very 80s, just with lots of things that scream 80s. They just did like a body switching episode,
That's right.
which I was not expecting at all, because
That was funny.
so far, like the entire show has been based on reality, but whatever. It's a lot of fun. It's on Prime if you've got that. He also we were talking about George Romero a while back, and he said there's this movie called Night Riders. So I went and watched that, and holy shit, is that a fucking trip?
Never seen that one.
Also on Amazon Prime, if you've got a subscription to that, it's free. Ed Harris, Tom Savini, doing the Renaissance thing, but jousting on motorcycles.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's yeah. I don't know how do you describe Night Riders, man.
I don't know how you describe it either. Give it a shot though. It's kind of worth it.
I think at this point it's like a so bad it's good kind of movie, maybe.
Right.
So I did it in two parts because it is kind of long, 2.5 hours, but
damn.
I felt it needed to be broken up a little bit. So
yeah.
Anyway, finally, speaking of our pious theme that we have going on today in the mail, I could not have planned this. And I've redacted the name and everything.
Oh my God,
but
stop.
I got a letter in the mail today from a total stranger that lives in the neighborhood. And it is a handwritten note. Like I can feel if I touch the back of it, I can feel the raised. It's a handwritten note inviting me to a religious Zoom meeting.
Oh, wow.
Like as in the religion is Zoom, or is it
in Watchtower Jehovah's Witnesses. So since they can't come to your door anymore, they are mailing you
wow
their information. So there.
I love that picture.
You pod people can't
like
see it.
This.
I know you've got the very, very white Jesus on the flyer here. And just based on today's episode, I just thought, you know what, I'll make it super religious, and
wow. So you're gonna get trashed and go, right?
Oh, I mean, we all are, right?
Let's all go right now. Let's all go and jump on the Zoom call.
You know, there's a picture of me on the Press Democrat doing that exact pose that white Jesus is doing. When I got the interview for the cult show, and they had me stand in front of a poster, and I was kind of like doing the same thing.
You did a nice Christ-like pose.
If you're going to, well, if that's what Price.
He looks like he's doing like a prestige pose, like ta-da!
Yeah, like he just did a magic trick. And
I am risen.
Yes, and she
ta-da! Yes.
Wow, it's actually very smart to do a Zoom call. That's smart. Yeah, like just hop on and.
That's interesting. I mean, what are the Mormons doing? I mean, can they do that? Is that
they do FaceTime.
Okay,
and then another group does house party, and it just goes on like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. The Mormons are just drinking their milk on their FaceTime, having a good old
Having a good old FaceTime.
having a gay old time. So
Oh, I love it. I love us. What about you, Neil? Anything good?
Anything good. It's been a week, lots and lots of craziness going on for me, not a lot of time. Caleb, I watched there's only 3 seasons of that Red Oaks, and I finished the last
Okay.
episode last night, actually.
Okay.
So I was kind of sad because I actually quite enjoyed that show. And other than that, I don't think I watched anything that, needs to be talked about. So
Nothing
unfortunately,
of note.
nothing of note. The one
right.
thing I did real quick find out that I had not heard before is that apparently Beavis and Butthead are coming back in a new movie that's going to be on Paramount Plus or Paramount Diamond or whatever it's called. Paramount
I love
Stream.
it. Just it's like it's just every once in a while you just get these boom of nostalgia properties,
Yeah.
and right now they're like, go do it.
No, I think the world is. I think it's time. Like I feel like a new like Beavis and Butthead resurgence. I'd be okay with that right now.
on the I was gonna call it the Paranormal Network on the Paramount Network.
On the the Paramount, whatever it's called, Paramount Aces, whatever it's called. So anyway,
Purple Hearts, Yellow Diamonds, Orange Horseshoes. I don't know.
Paramount's for kids. So Sandra, you mind talking about our giveaway, our special?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, thank you to everybody who's already entered the giveaway. And if you haven't yet, it's not too late. We are doing a giveaway sort of for the anniversary of us going live and doing a year of live stream episodes with you guys. So we have a cool prize package to give away, and you can see that on our Instagram if you want to see like the pictures of it, or you can watch last week's episode if you missed it, where we go through what all the items are. And you have a couple of ways to enter. You can enter on social media by reposting the picture of the loot, either in your story or your feed, and tag us. You got to tag us because that's how we see it, so we can count your vote. Or you can go and leave a review wherever you get our podcast. So Apple, Spotify, wherever your finer podcasts are sold. And then I think, are we gonna let people enter through the YouTubes? We'll let them enter through the YouTubes.
I think we discussed. Yeah, anyone who subscribes, we'll just and then hopefully we told them to put a little comment saying
that you entered. That's right.
Entered,
so you guys
that kind of
subscribe
thing.
and entered. Yes. And so fabulous. That's all you gotta do. It's super easy, and we're gonna announce the winner next week on our very, very special episode of the Cult Show. So you have a week. You have until the 26th to get this done. So chop, get on it. And you don't have to live locally. We'll ship this stuff to you.
We will send it all the way to Kathmandu, wherever Kentucky. It needs to go. Kentucky. That's right.
Our friends in France, you can have
don't
it.
Forget Nigeria, especially Nigeria.
Nigeria. I don't know if we have any entries from Nigeria yet.
I don't know, but we know that Nigeria needs a Godzilla hat, so they have to enter. Please.
Everybody needs the Godzilla hat. The Godzilla hat might be my favorite thing in the giveaway.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I know that little ghost face pop sure is cute. I like it.
You know what? By the way, you bring that up. The ghost face pop. I was looking online, just eBay, for the fun of it to see like, is there any value to it? And apparently, people are trying to sell it for like a lot of money.
What?
So there actually might be value to it. And there's 2 different ones. Apparently, there's one it's where the ghost face title is 1 word and 1 word's 2 words. And I guess the 2-word one is more expensive, and that's the one that we have. It's a 2-word ghost face. So
shit.
You might actually even get cash. I'm not trying to say you should go sell the thing we give you. You should prominently display it on your shelf and be super happy about it.
You should cherish it forever.
I mean, the 3 of us are going to lick that for you, so you want to keep that.
We're going to lick it all. We're licking everything in the giveaway.
Licking.
Anyway, that's the giveaway. Now you know, so enter.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Good job, Sandra.
Takes us to this week in entertainment history.
Oh, it's here.
It's here. All right. To start
Listen, Stitches, this is educational.
Oh, this is a big one for Sandra. Oh. You guys, did you hear what happened on March 12th? Who passed away? Sandra? One of your hunks. One of your hunkies.
Oh, no, one of my husbands have died?
Ronald DeFeo Jr. Mr. Amityville himself
I
passed
didn't
away.
know he passed away.
That's right, on Friday, March 12th, at 69 years old. So
wow.
I was thinking of you.
It didn't come across my feed.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
For anyone who doesn't know, of course, Mr. DeFeo Jr. was the one who, of course, shot and killed his family at the Amityville, in the house that is now called the Amityville Horror House, which was like what is it, address 120 Spring something Drive or something like that, whatever it was. Something like that.
Just off the top of my head.
Wow, it's interesting that I don't know. I would have thought that would have gotten more traction, but
yeah, maybe people like don't celebrate as much as you do. The killers of
celebrate culture. I've got like a party hat and like a little.
I know. I saw your eyes light up. You're like, oh, I can go on the Ouija now and I can contact him.
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab the Ouija and we'll all call him.
Let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay.
Give him a shot. Why'd you do it?
Also, a big bummer. This time, this is an actual bummer. Was the passing of Yaphet Kotto. That was on March 15th, just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So, an iconic man. We all love him, of course, from Aliens, as well as he was a Bond villain.
Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was sad. A lot
sad
of social
news.
media tributes to him.
Which is always nice for sure to see that kind of stuff. Okay. March 17th, 1968 marked the US television debut on the Ed Sullivan Show of the Bee Gees.
Not
Disco,
the Beatles.
Baby. Not the Beatles, but the Bee Gees.
From the land down under.
Doing a little jive talking.
Did they go on and say cooey?
You know what? They may have. And if they didn't, I think we should just start that rumor.
They brought the cooey to the States.
They brought the cooey to the States.
They probably did in that falsetto. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was like ringing and resounding and broke a piece of glass with their cooey.
Well, the problem is no one probably heard it except all the dogs that were barking. That's how high pitched it was, which is why we didn't catch on to it.
Was the cooey that broke America.
Broke the disco ball.
Also on March 17th in 1951, the birthday of Mr. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Our actual Lord and Savior, Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
The actual one.
Yeah.
Move over, Nick Cage. Kurt Russell's got something meatier.
Oh my God, it's like a face-off, funny Nick Cage, with Nick Cage, Kurt Russell, and Kevin Costner to be like our Christ-like figure.
Yes.
Oh, our Holy Trinity.
The Trinity, yeah.
Yeah, but like everybody wants to be like the favorite, and so they're gonna have to like battle.
Overact to vie for attention.
Oh my God, I love it.
I like it.
Also on March 17th, but in 1960, there's an actor named Ari Gross who had a birthday. Do you guys know who Ari Gross is? So Caleb, you might, if you remember.
I remember that name. He was in that movie we liked, right?
Yes. So Ari Gross.
That really narrows it down.
Yes. He spelled his first name Arye. But Ari Gross is one of those faces that, like, especially in the 80s and 90s, you see it, you go, oh yeah, that guy. But he was the main character in House 2. If you guys ever saw House 2, he was the main character in that. The film you're talking about, I can't remember the name of now for some reason. But
wow, this is a great conversation, you guys.
But he was also one of the alien kids and just one of the guys. And he was the mortician in Castle, in the show Castle that was on. And in that show Castle, his name was Dr. Perlmutter. So
nice.
Oh shit. Oh my God.
Yes. Anyway, I've always liked that guy. In fact, he was one of the guys when I used to work for a talent dude in LA. However, freaking 20 years ago, whatever that was now. Anyway, he was one of their clients, and so he called in one time. But I just remember, like, I was always tied to him because I liked him early in the '85 with just one of the guys, and then that film that Caleb's talking about that I can't remember the name of,
Oh my
and
god.
then but he was the lead, and then
Can someone Google
talking
it? Like,
talking to him. Yeah, Google Ari Gross. Tell him it was 90 what? 94-ish.
I want to see what he looks like.
Anyway. Okay, finally, birthdays today, March 19th. Glenn Close is celebrating a birthday.
Love
Bruce
it.
Willis is celebrating a birthday.
Great.
And walking pile of shit, Harvey Weinstein is celebrating a birthday.
Snap.
Yay! Somebody send him some poison.
Send him something. Yes. Good old shitty Weinstein is his friend's name.
Someone could send him a bullet for his birthday.
I don't want to say that Harvey Weinstein's a piece of shit, but if he were an ice cream flavor, he'd be pralines and shit.
Ew.
Or
right?
I don't know.
Neil was the name of the movie.
Hex. That's it. Hex.
Yeah.
Very good, Caleb. Hex.
I need to see what this man looks like. Oh well, I'll look him up later.
Yeah.
It was a funny film. He actually did a good job in that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got, Scott. You can cut the background, take us back to black. Just like my heart. All right, finally, new subscriber alert. Steve Gunther.
Steve,
Welcome
hi,
to the
Steve.
family, Steve.
Steve, this is Stitches, Steve.
Okay, other than that, we may progress. Sandra, I give
to
you
the main event.
I give you the nails and the crown of thorn. It is yours.
Oh, this is a very fun episode because if you haven't had enough of our sacrilege nonsense yet,
Just
we
wait.
find a way to like work it into every episode. We're like, how can we make it sacrilegious today?
How can we ensure our ticket to hell is one way?
Punch that ticket.
Yeah.
I want a one way. I want a management position.
First
I want
class.
a corner office. I don't even know what a corner office means, but I want one in hell. It seems like a bad thing. Wouldn't you want a window?
Well, the corner office, I believe you get 2 windows because you're.
Oh, because like here's the seam of the building, and then there's like your office is right here.
So I think that's why that's so desirable.
Wow.
That's how that's how I always took it.
I want one of those in hell.
More panoramic, you know, because you get more of a
Because
view.
I want to see all the souls of the damned. I want a really good view as I survey my domain. Okay, so Alice, Sweet Alice is, as I said, an iconic slasher film from 1976. It was directed by Alfred Soule. He wrote that along with Rosemary Ritvo. Rosemary, usually a female name, so we're going to count that as a woman in horror.
Check that box.
Check that box.
It was, yes.
Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you for your service. Okay. So, this is the story of 2 young girls who live with their devoted Catholic mother in 1961 New Jersey. Karen is doted on and favored, the younger sister, while Alice plays second fiddle and seems to be struggling. I think is a good way to put it. Karen is strangled and set on fire at her first communion, and another attack on a family member leaves Alice looking guilty, but then after being sent away for mental evaluation, the mayhem continues. Who is the killer?
Who done
Killers? Some people think it's killers. We're going to talk about it.
Talk. So, first of all, I have to ask because I'm not, I've said this before, I'm not completely versed in the ways of the religion and the rituals.
The religion.
So I'm assuming being strangled and set on fire for your catechsis, whatever the hell it's called, is not a normal thing.
First communion. It's actually, it's not a normal part of the process.
It isn't the normal, okay.
In the Roman
Just checking.
Church.
Want to check that first.
I love you, Neil. You're like, I don't know a lot about religion, but I don't like it.
Well, I know what I know. I know what I know, you know, and what I know.
Yeah. What I know.
Doesn't make me want to. Yeah.
It'll make you want to go through the 7 sacramental steps in Catholicism.
No, it does not.
Well, for your information, Neil, so
Yes.
your confirmation, that's something it's a really, really big deal in the Catholic Church. Um, Kids kind of do it anywhere between the ages of 7 and 13, and that is you have to have completed a couple steps to get to your first communion. So you have to have been baptized in the Catholic Church. That's a big one. And
Okay.
generally speaking, you have to have done a confession, like your first confession. But I don't know if that's like a hard and fast rule. Anybody who was raised Catholic or is Catholic, first of all, sorry for all the offensive shit we say, but you can put that down in the comments. But so you do the first communion. It's a really, really big deal because it's like your first like big rite of passage as you've been like learning about Jesus and the Bible and Catholicism. You get all dressed up like they do in the movie. They have the little girls dressed like brides. Fine.
Because they're marrying Jesus Christ.
Married to Christ.
Something like that. And the boys dress up. There was some boys in their communion class in here. They wear the little veil and they're kind of representing purity and piety. And they take the communion, which is a little piece of bread, a little wafer. I heard it called a Jeez It once, and I like to stick with that.
Jesus.
Not my joke. I heard it from somebody else.
That's
And then
pretty
they
good. A
take
Jesus.
and they take a little sip of wine too. Um,
A Jesus.
Producer
man.
Scott, who was
What-
raised Catholic,
Cheers
is
to
just
that.
dying.
What flavor? I wonder. Like a white cheddar
It's- oh,
Jesus or
I
a
can tell you what the flavor
flavor
is.
blasted Jesus?
Twice baked
Extra crispy.
jalapeno. I can tell you what flavor it is because this is kind of something. If you're into it, I think this is kind of cool because it's kind of like a magical thing. The priest in the mass, he consecrates it. And there's a word for it that I can't think of, but he basically is magically turning the cheese
Wafer,
it, the little
yeah.
bread,
The
and
Cheez-It.
the wine into the body and the blood of Christ.
So he's
So
making
that's
it
the
magically delicious?
Yeah, that's the flavor is human blood and body.
Body.
Yeah.
Ah.
So,
okay.
yeah. So that's if you're curious. So you get to take that. And then after you do your first communion, then eventually, still kind of in this age range, 7 to 13, you go through your confirmation, which is when you are sealed in, you are locked in as a member of the Catholic Church. It's another really, really big step. In case you were curious, the Confession Act, the reconciliation of your sins, that's another one of these 7 sacraments. There's the anointing of the sick, which is where you take care of people who are like ill and stuff, which sounds nice. And marriage. So marriage has to happen between a baptized man and woman. Don't know if you've heard about that. Very specific on that. There's some things about unions and whatever, but a marriage is a baptized man and a baptized woman into the church. And then if you're like really, really into it, you get ordained and you can become a deacon, a priest, or a bishop for
Wow.
a chess game. And then you then you move around and you try to get other people's spawns. I don't believe you can be married and be a priest, though. I hear those two do not coincide.
Hence the little boys.
Uh,
So,
Yeah. So it's obviously they make it a really big deal in the film
yes,
that
very big.
Karen, who's younger, she's finally getting her first communion. Oh, she's got the veil, she's got the dress, she's got the whole thing. So that's what everybody's so psyched for. Usually families have a party, they have a cake. It's a whole thing.
Awesome.
Um,
All right. Thank you.
Can I-
Wanda.
And her mom is very excited because she's going to be the prettiest girl there. And wait until
And
Father
that's-
Tom sees you.
That's what matters, Caleb, is you need to be the prettiest girl. Yeah, I'm weirded out by Father Tom and his
Right?
relationship with the kids, especially all we know now. That just because you're a religious leader does not mean you are to be trusted. And there's just, I don't know, something all about like Father Tom. And he didn't actually seem like that bad of a dude. It was just the way they were
Mm-mm.
talking about him just was making me like kind of had the heebie jeebies a little, I was like,
That's funny because he was actually I don't know. I kind of was like thought he was okay. Like I'm like I had no issue with him or the way they thought of him or anything. I mean, he seemed like he was a cool dude and he was to be trusted.
They just talk about him
you
like
know?
he's fucking Elvis,
But
though. They're like,
I mean, they
Father
did.
Tom,
Yeah.
Father Tom,
Like he was, Kevin Costner or something. Like, it was just,
or Nick Cage,
the
or perhaps
greatest.
Kurt Russell.
Or perhaps let's not go out of control.
That's like out of control here.
Anyway.
He's a nice looking man, but he's not of any of the triumvirate. So Caleb, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this was a first time watch.
This was definitely a first for me. Yeah.
What'd you think?
through
Tell
it.
us. Yeah, tell us. What'd you think?
So after first viewing, it was a little rough. Like, I did not love it, but
the tea.
But after reading about it and after sort of like letting it marinate and gestate and whatever I ate,
Ventriculate.
Now while I gesticulate about it,
Transmutate. Yeah.
It's a very interesting study, I think, just on like family and religion and what that means to people, and
Totally.
kind of you get out of it what you put into it. So
you get what you give.
Yeah, now if you had asked me last night what I thought, I would have been like, but now I did enjoy it. So
took a little time, but he came around.
Yes.
How about you, Neil?
Yeah, no, I like this film. It's aside from just being a classic cult horror film, for all the right reasons. I mean, it's got stuff in it that it's got the hiccups, yeah, but it's got things in it that you can still, there's those parts that you can laugh at because it's, they don't necessarily, hold up 40 years later perfectly or whatever it might be.
Right.
But at the same time, I think it's still creepy. It's got some good shocks in it. And you're definitely like, I haven't seen this film. Oh God, I don't even know how long. I didn't remember who the killer was. So that was kind of cool for me. It's like, I don't remember who it is. I had suspicions, I was thinking things, but so that was kind of fun again. The little girl, Alice, that girl is like, I don't know. She's very effective, and the actress, she does a great job, I think, because you're just like, man, you're just like a mean little girl, kind of thing. And, she sells it really well.
Yeah.
And like Caleb said, it's a great study of, I wonder what the religion of the folks who wrote it. Like, I wonder what religion played in their lives growing up.
Yeah.
Because to have it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying to have it steeped so entrenched, so deep into the Catholic whatever system as it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just figured the screenwriters must have, someone who at least must have been like really involved in that and had just some crazy experiences or something that they wanted to, get this film out there. But go ahead, Caleb. What were you gonna say?
He was raised Catholic, the director and co-writer. But he got, what do they do? Is it excommunicated when they kick you out?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Because I guess he directed a porno.
Oh, God and literally.
They didn't like that, so they said, bye-bye, you gotta go.
Oh shit! I don't think they do that anymore. I think they like their numbers.
Well,
they're like, you get one porn. You get one porn. You can do one. You can do one prawn.
But then he was also kind of, after seeing Don't Look Now, that he said was a very big influence on him. And then just Hitchcock in general, just his filmmaking style, and at one point you even see a Psycho poster.
Yep.
In the background.
Yeah.
So that's why that was there.
And we've talked about Don't Look Now on the show, and you can totally see the influence. Like, what was that one? Like 3 years before this came out or something. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah,
it's his like use of colors and
a petite figure in a hooded
Mhm.
coat killing
A
people.
yellow raincoat, right?
Yeah. Kind of like this creepy, I don't know, just spiritual overtone. Stitches is having a bath, so
That's
that's
okay.
fine. I
Let's talk about
guess
porn. I mean,
I
it's all
guess
right.
I guess she's just bored. So she's just gonna here, I'm just gonna really quickly, I'm just gonna touch her foot. Cats love it when you do this. Um, so this was my second time seeing this film. I actually only saw it from the first time in like maybe 2018, 2019. It was not that long ago.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of fun to like really buckle in and watch it. And I loved it the first time I saw it. And I loved it even more now. And I just really appreciated Alice more. I appreciated Mrs. Tredoni more. I still am kind of loosing out things about this film, but I mean, that girl, she was 19,
She's
that actress that
19.
played
Yeah.
Alice.
Oh, wow.
And Brooke Shields is like 4.
I
And it's just really funny. And she's playing a
like
12-year-old. Yeah.
right. It was 1
Those
year
are-
before Blue Lagoon. So, but
Oh,
anyway.
geez. She
No, I'm
changed
kidding.
a lot.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I mean, I don't.
I was like, good
Ooh.
God.
No.
Feeling
Because Blue Lagoon,
nauseated.
she was naked, people. So-
Yeah.
She got
We
a
were
growth
there.
spurt.
It was like some weird drugs they were giving her in the 70s. They're like, be more adult, but not too adults
That's right.
for our
Here's-
Blue Lagoon purposes.
For her, yes. Oh
Yeah,
man.
so this was Brooke Shields' theatrical debut. She had done some modeling
Yes.
already, but
This was her first film. Thank God, her first time. I'm very neutral on Brooke Shields. I don't think she's super great, but I don't have any hatred towards her. I'm like, she's like beige to me as like an actress. I'm just like, there's like so many actors and actresses that they're that to me. They are beige. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah,
you know, for what the role called for, I thought she was perfect for that little.
Oh my God, she was so
know.
annoying. Holy
Well,
shit.
Of course, but I mean, that's why I thought that
Oh my
was
God.
perfect. You know, as the
She is
little
this
goody.
spoiled,
know,
annoying, whiny crybaby. And I'm not saying Alice isn't also those things, but for Karen, it was just like, ugh, oh my God. I mean, if she was my sister, I might have strangled her and lit her on fire too. I don't know.
Yeah, they had
Who's to say?
but they had that relationship that was, it was like as a looker from outside the house, you're just like, oh my gosh, shut up. I mean, both of you, all the constant
Yeah.
crying and
Holy
the
shit,
mom, they
yeah.
did this, they did that. You're just like,
She
Jesus
took my
Christ.
doll.
Exactly.
She took
But
my
yet, as
doll.
Caleb probably knows, kids like to do that. You know what I mean? They get really whiny and
Mother, she took my
Get that way.
veil.
yeah. Oh, I know. And the whole crying, yes, my veil is ruined.
That was
I
that was a common complaint from me to my mom. You know, because my siblings were always taking my veil.
Oh my God.
Always.
Your
Poor
beautiful
Caleb.
veil.
I
Oh
know.
my God.
Enoch always taking my veil, fucker.
Enoch, you didn't.
You little bastard.
And he was just prancing all around the streets of New Jersey in it. I really
grew up in
want
the
to
streets of
see. I really want to see a drag queen version of this movie. You know, like how drag queens do, where they like put on like, kind of plays of movies. You've ever
Okay.
seen? Oh, it's so good. And I'm sure some drag queen somewhere has done Alice, Sweet Alice, but if they haven't, I mean, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's melodramatic and over the top, and just the right level of 70s cheesiness. And we all know, I've said it, I love a 70s horror moment. I love it. But I just think some queens could really do this up right. I love that it's made in the 70s, but it's supposed to be the 60s in New Jersey, very Italian, Roman Catholic. It's so of the moment. It's an absolute vibe. It's an absolute vibe, this film. And it sucks you in. It sucks you in.
sucks you in. The sister, the mom, so Annie, I think her name is. The
Oh, I hate
sister.
that bitch.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That woman.
Oh, I fucking hate her.
I mean, even from the from the very beginning when poor Brooke Shields gets it, is burnt up in the pew or whatever the hell you call that thing, the chest, whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Does it
I
have a
don't even know
religious
what that
name?
was,
A Catholic
but-
name? Okay. And
It's like, I think it's just where they put shoes. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's where they put board games. Somebody tell us.
maybe we'll call it Christ's Hope Chest, for lack of a better name. But so so the sister sees it and she just comes like trying to get her way out, and she's just like, what's the mom's name? I can't remember what she says here, but she's like,
Catherine.
oh, Catherine. She's
Yeah.
like, Catherine, like screaming,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
she's dead. Karen's dead, like
Oh my
screaming it across the
Yes.
church. And you're like, that's how you're gonna tell your sister her
Right?
daughter's dead. You're
Yeah.
just gonna come out and scream it like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, for that moment, you're just like, oh man, this lady, she needs to
she's
get,
horrid.
Yeah.
she needs a knife. She needs to get
Well, because
knifed.
even before
Friggin-
then, she's
yeah.
just very like, move over, to her
Right.
Yes.
husband. And, I
She
mean, she's
friggin'
just-
berates everybody. She
Yeah.
fat shames her child. And she just she has this disdain towards
Yeah.
everyone. And I again, I don't know. Maybe somebody should have just stabbed her in more than the leg.
Perhaps. And the foot, yes.
Yeah, and the foot. I think we could have aimed a little higher. Take care of
Yes.
business.
And her husband, like you said, Caleb, her poor husband is, of course, they match her with like this little
Me.
Right. This kind of
You know,
mousy, meek.
mousy, there you
as
go.
You said, Sandra.
Yeah.
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 little man kind of guy, who, yes, dear.
Oh, and then when-
okay, dear.
And then when she's in the hospital, suddenly she's like, I need Jimmy. And it's like, why? You treat him like garbage. Why
Right.
do you want him now?
Yeah. Poor Jimmy's like, vacation.
Yeah, he's like, perfect. Did she die? Tell me my wife died, please.
Yeah, that
Um,
lady. And I mean, even when Kathleen, what was her name? Catherine. When Catherine, the mom, was she talking to the priest or something? She was talking to or the husband when the person first arrived. I think she's hugging
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
The father, excuse me. They're divorced now, or separated
Yeah.
at least. But
Right.
the husband, or
Divorced.
Well, no,
the father,
he's
the divorce.
He's married.
He's
so they're
remarried.
divorced.
He's
Yeah.
married. They're divorced. The father
This
arrives.
is not
she hugs
Mormonism.
him. It is not. You're right. So I get them confused. I tell you. But and then she's hugging him like, I'm so happy you're here. And then the sister's in the car like, come on, mass starts at 9. And you're just like, dude, the lady's grieving for her daughter. She just,
Right.
Seriously.
you're just like, dang,
Yeah.
what a
And then
horrible person.
And in the hospital bed, she's like, I love her like she's my own. And it's like, no, you don't. And if that's not a compliment, because you're so mean to your own child, let alone
Right.
to other people's children. Like, I don't like her, man.
Yeah. I don't think she loves anybody.
I think somebody should have pulled the plug on Aunt Annie. Can we talk
At least
about
put
the
a
music?
pillow over her head. Yeah, talk about music.
Oh my God, that's got that lovely, eerie, like breathy, whispery child. Like music that everybody likes. It's
Mhm.
just perfect with this, you just see the children with their communion and their veils and just the breathy, creepy music. It's eerie. In a
Yes.
word, eerie.
Yeah. I feel like that was perfect before that got overused and sort of became,
Standard
stupid. Yeah.
route. Yeah.
Old
Um,
and stupid. But it was good. I mean, I don't know. I'm happy to hear a movie that has that music going in it,
Me too. I love it.
So,
I love that
I'm okay with
creepy
it.
child singing. I love it.
That's why I love
Um,
the Poltergeist theme so much. It's not the exact same
Yeah.
style, but it's still got the kids doing the breathy, you
Yeah.
know.
Children's choir.
Children's
being
choir, yeah.
Creepy. Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
Let's talk about something we don't love.
Okay.
Hi. That would be Mr. Alfonso, the downstairs neighbor / landlord / pedophile in the building.
Resident Petty.
So at first you're like, oh, these kids are so mean. They're talking about his appearance and they're being hella mean and stuff. And then you realize that it's because he makes them uncomfortable because he's, a vicious, awful person. And you're like, ew, dear God, I wish that somebody had killed him sooner. And it was like an accident when Mrs. Tredoni kills him. And it's like, no, I wanted all the little children to run in there with knives and stab that motherfucker.
You wanted a fortress moment.
I wanted a fortress
You wanted him to
moment.
go all cooey on his ass.
And you know, it's like, well, he kind of ties into an overarching thing about Alice in general, because one of the arguments of the film is exactly what things did Alice carry out, like murder wise, because a lot of people like the ambiguity of this film, that it could have been like maybe she did nothing, maybe she did kill her sister, you know, like we don't know if Mrs. Trelawney killed Karen, and we don't know if Mrs. Trelawney killed or tried to kill the aunt. So a lot of people like to argue that that could have been I mean Alice doing that. Yeah. So we can talk about that because we see her like kill a cat, which is horrible and makes me so sad. In Mr. Alfonso's home, he has a lot of cats, a little bit too much for that small space, if you ask me. But is she only killing the cat because she's trying to protect herself, against this child molester?
Yeah, in that moment, he's keeping her from leaving,
Right. So she knows, like, if I
Yeah.
grab one of his stitches, cover yours, he knows that if she grabs one of the cats, that it's like the only thing he loves. So
Right.
he'll react. I
Right.
don't know. Very interesting. Like, and like again, you see her and other people being so mean to him, but as if are they mean to him? Is she mean to him because he freaking touches kids in the building? I don't know.
Right.
That's a heck of a question because I mean, oh man, I don't know. That's a damn good question because before you even know what he's all about, I mean, she's like, Alice is down there, hey, fatty, or whatever she was calling him,
Mhm.
kind
Right,
of thing.
but that's just because we didn't know as the audience, but maybe the kids knew.
No, I understand. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We don't know at that point yet, but I mean, I mean, either way, he's definitely not. I mean, your introduction to him is basically he's a very large man,
Very
very
large man. He's got like a
And
stain on his crotch.
stain in the
Many
crotch.
stains
Yeah.
Yes, and
in
he's
the little ribbed tank top and his underwear, very stained, trashed apartment. I invented a whole backstory for him in my head. That like his family owned the building and his dad died when he was younger, and then his mother passed away just a few years ago, and he inherited the building, and he's just kind of a slumlord off of these tenants and a
Sounds-
child molester.
purely feasible. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think he's very hireable in any job market. So I think that's the only way he gets money is from the tenants.
Yes, that's
Okay.
probably
Yeah.
true. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, but I agree. I mean, Alice, I don't know. I mean, but at the same time, they're so comfortable going into his apartment. Like you would think if that was a common thing that he did, that they wouldn't want to go into his apartment.
But they
so
like go in there
easily.
to torment him.
But like, she could have just taken. Alice goes in there with a check, right, to give it to him for rent. She could have just
Right.
slid under the door, not even have gone in there. But like
Well,
they go
maybe
in.
they don't have that option. Maybe
Why not?
Maybe
Just slip it under the door.
because he's probably some pervert, and he's like, no, you have to hand it to me, or I'll count it as late.
Oh.
know,
And so instead, she
we
goes
don't
in
know.
there and she's like, can to him, and she crumples it up, and he's just like, "You're a mean little girl," or whatever. I can't remember what he says to her, but
Yeah, and
you know.
she's like, no, you've tried to like touch me, and I know you've touched Bobby and Susan down the hall.
Bobby Joe, and yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
know,
I mean,
man. I'm just saying he he plays into her storyline, and it's interesting to debate in your mind how and how badly. But at least the motherfucker gets his comeuppance, though it was kind of an accident. Talk about wrong place, wrong time.
it was kind of a push. Yeah, the killer
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, though.
pretty much. She's like, "Oops! Oh, my knife slipped into your chest. Sorry. Oh, whoops! I did it again. Sorry." But
On a more pleasant note, how much do we love a little raincoat and a creepy mask? It's so simple, yet
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Very
it
effective.
is.
Yeah.
We like a good killer in a raincoat. I mean, it might become a 70s whatever staple, at some point, but it's okay. We're all for it.
Ew, you know who really sucks in this movie are the cops. especially that one detective. Jesus. The one he's like, I don't even know, I remember my note here. Oh, it's when the dad is like, hey, so like, who's gonna like, we're gonna have like a watch on my wife and kids. And the detective's like, no, why does your family need protecting? And it's like,
Yeah.
really? Oh, I don't know. Somebody strangled and lit their kid on fire in a church. I think that's worth a security detail. But I don't know. I'm not a cop. I didn't go to cop school. I don't make the
I think
rules.
the aunt had already been attacked at that point too.
She may
Didn't
have.
she?
I don't remember.
I think she
Yeah, I don't
had.
know.
So it was sort of
Yeah.
like, like the family was obviously, um, being targeted, I guess
Yeah.
would be the word.
Yeah. I don't know. Seems like maybe there's a religious zealot who murders children. I don't know. I think they could have spared a rent-a-cop to guard the apartment for an hour. Uh,
Wasn't in the
Personal
budget.
opinion. Wasn't in the budget. Wasn't in the
Yeah.
1961 New Jersey budget.
Those cops
Ew.
did care about smoking their Marlboros, though. They were pretty concerned about that.
Oh,
So,
that's what they need to do 7 hours a day, at
yes.
least.
Go get your cigs. So you're good to go.
Because no cop is complete without their leisure suit and their cigarettes. Yeah, same thing with I put on here the fucking asshole operator of the lie detector machine because of what he said about her. I'm like, you pervert.
Yeah,
Like,
that was pretty gross. Yeah.
Jesus. Have you
Oh.
met Mr. Alfonso? I think you'd get along really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I don't know if maybe public servants in 70s New Jersey or just pervs or petties
Yeah,
or I'm
just
not sure what the deal was, but yeah.
gross.
He made
Talk
a comment, yes, about I don't know. It was an unnecessary comment for sure. But she got him
s-
back. She broke his machine. So it's
Yeah.
okay.
good. Yeah. Or was it the ghost of Karen?
That broke the machine. Okay.
Yeah. She just went, "Ka-chunk." Let's talk about Mrs. Tredoni.
Okay.
Yes. What?
Thoughts?
Please.
On Mrs. Tredoni? She certainly doesn't have she does have a motive for killing Karen because maybe it's kind of like, because her daughter died on the day of her first confirmation. So maybe she's
Right.
like another like perfect little girl. I want to kill her because, I don't know, some twisted logic. But at the same time, and she, really had father's attention. So you could make an argument for Mrs. Tredoni killing her. Of course, you could make an argument for it being Alice too.
You could either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to I mean, that's a good I mean, it's hard because also Tredoni seemed to have an issue with the mom, with
Yes.
She
Catherine.
called her a whore.
She
Told her a
did.
whore because I think they had premarital sex before they got married and
That's right, she did.
had Alice.
How dare she?
And so she has become God's vengeance.
Yeah, she definitely thinks she's kind of like Saint Michael in a
Yeah.
way, and kind of like the holy carrier out of justice. Um, she just does not like their family because it seems like she's jealous of like the attention they get from Father Tom. Because Father Tom's, as we said, he's like the Kurt Russell of their town and of their church.
Yeah. Okay.
So
know.
she shouldn't like that. She doesn't have any, well, I mean, except for she's in the family, but she doesn't really have any motive for stabbing Annie, the aunt.
Not
Does she?
really.
Not, and that's the thing. And so this goes back to my initial impression of the movie, after watching it the first time, where it was like,
Right.
this doesn't make any sense, and it still doesn't, because it's left up in the air as far as what's even happened or why it's happened or So
I would argue that it makes sense. It's just ambiguous as to
yeah.
like kind of the way I think about it at the end of the day is I'm not sure who killed Karen. I'm really not. I could see it being either of them. I think that it was Alice who stabbed her aunt,
Okay.
and then everything after that was Fedoni.
Okay.
And I like to think of it like Alice is she's a little budding sociopath, and she kind of sees this whole thing play out in the church with Tredoni and the father, and she kind of is taking up the mantle, so to speak, because she kind of has that wonderful, great final shot. She's kind of inheriting the kill bag because she's obviously been
Right.
playing with it because it lives down in the basement. Um, it
Hmm.
ended up there, so she knows it's in there. So I think she put it on to stab her auntie, but I don't know. Yeah.
But Tredoni could have been there also waiting for the mom to come down because the sister did have her head kind of wrapped up, in the
Yes.
rain thing and kind of bundled up. So
Yeah.
possibly mistaken identity kind of thing.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
very possible, Neil. I like that theory. I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mistaken identity.
wow.
Yeah. It was accidental.
And
Okay.
then she
I
did,
like
and
that.
then once she realized that it was the aunt and her horrible screaming, she was like, "Screw it, I'm gonna keep stabbing at this point because
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I don't like her anyway."
yeah, she needs to go
Yeah.
anyway."
You've
So
committed, so
yeah,
I mean, just follow through. All we're asking for is a little follow through in this day and age. I love it when when she's in there with the dad, Mrs. Tredoni, in the abandoned warehouse or whatever, and the dad's like, he thinks it's his daughter, so he's like, "You don't have to be afraid of me," and then just brick to the face,
yes,
and it's almost like, "Bitch, I'm not afraid of you. I have a brick."
yep.
Ka-thunk.
That was
yeah,
that was
Dom definitely he got it pretty bad. Like wrapped up in cord or rope or something and brick to the face and
Yeah.
shoot
then
to the
didn't she
mouth.
like
Yeah.
shoot to the
Yeah.
mouth, broke
Fucking
out some teeth or
repeatedly.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gross. It's
Brutal. It
so
was brutal.
gross.
Yeah. I was kind of waiting for like a irreversible moment. He's like bashing in his, his face, to see, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that was a very, very effective kill.
Um, it's kind of a fun little bit of gore in this film. Same thing with the leg stabbings,
Right.
pretty gross. And then of course a child strangled and lit on fire in a church is a little
Right.
dark. It's a little dark.
It is. It's a
That's what
tad.
we like though. It's fake. It's okay. It's pretend. It didn't happen in real life, so it's okay.
Oh, I
Right.
was worried. Thank you.
No,
So-
it's okay. This is not based on a true story.
I keep reading that our friend Bill Lustig was the one that did all the gore effects for this movie.
What?
I have seen his name is nowhere in the credits whatsoever, but if you go online and you type in Alice Sweet Alice and William Lustig, it keeps coming up that he was involved in this movie. So Neil,
Really?
that's your homework. Go find out if that's true or not.
I
Okay.
like it.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Send Billy Boy a
Yeah.
little text. See if
Yeah.
if that's
Yeah.
true. He has never mentioned it, but I mean, you never know.
He was a busy
Yeah,
guy.
and that's why I'm not saying it's true, but I'm just saying like online, it's online true. How's that?
Right.
Oh my God, Neil, you must follow up and then report back to us next episode because that's too good if that's the truth.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe I can try texting him right now, even when
see
you guys
like
are
what he
talking.
says.
See if he says
Um,
anything.
I also have another note here about Mrs. Tredani's bedroom. It's full of religious iconography and dolls, and I said, "Sign me up." Like we have the same interior decorator because that is fabulous to me. There's antiques, of course. In that day, they weren't antiques; they were like things that people used then. Plus, all the dolls and the cool religious stuff everywhere. I was like, we could be friends, Tredani. This friendship could happen.
Keep going,
Speaking of
guys.
dolls, how creepy was that like two-headed doll
Yes.
I love that thing. I've actually, in my doll travels, I've come across a three-headed doll, more like a
Okay.
three-faced doll. It's an old doll, and I don't remember its name, but you press down on the top of its head, and it has three different faces, and it kind of goes like like that. And so there's like a sad face and like I think like a happy face and maybe like a sleepy face. But then this doll is just like kind of porcelain. It's crude. And it just
Yeah.
is like you turn the
But
head.
I mean, it doesn't look cute or sweet or, I mean, it's just creepy.
It's just creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Did that one
Mm.
have two faces or three? I couldn't
It
really
may have
tell.
had
that one
three,
had
but
two. It
Did it?
could have
Okay.
had four. I don't know. Look at my cat.
But it was a weird kind of creepy
yeah.
doll for
Ugh.
sure. Perfect for Alice.
Well, yeah. Well, it was Karen's doll.
It was Karen's
I
doll.
guess
That
it
was
was
the
Karen's
doll
doll. Heard that,
she
Neil.
took in the beginning.
You're right.
She only wailed it shrilly at the top of her lungs.
That's true.
My doll.
She did my doll.
She's gonna break it.
Mother, make her give it back. God, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, it's so good.
Ugh.
So that why would you? I mean, I guess the doll's face. None of the faces seem particularly spooky or gross or anything, right? But
It's just weird that a
it's
doll
still
would
kind of
have
a
two
weird looking
faces.
doll to give a little kid
Yeah,
at the same
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, it was a simpler time. The toys, children then were used to playing with bits of stone and sticks. It was a doll like that was a very big deal,
Yes,
I'm sure.
I would think that's like hard. That's like a He-Man character. Wasn't there a He-Man character that had a
like Manny Faces, I think, was or
Man
Manny
of
Faces or
Man of War?
yeah.
Yeah, something
No,
like
Man
that.
of War.
Man of War was one, but no,
Oh,
Yeah,
a different one.
there was
Okay.
another guy where you could change his head and
Yeah,
he
okay.
had, like angry, happy.
And his name was Many
Meh.
Faces.
It was like Manny Faces or Many Faces or something like that. Yeah.
Original, I like it.
Yeah, anyway.
It's like they're like sitting around at the He-Man think tank. What should we call it? He has so many faces.
There you go.
I don't know. Several
let's call 'em
faces.
Man
No.
E faces.
Yeah, I mean,
That's perfect.
Look,
Plural
He-Man
face?
Faces did
No.
not have the most original,
characters, yeah.
clever names, you know.
Some guy from-
Skeletor.
You know, the thing. Some freaking guy from Mattel who got
Yeah.
marketing degrees.
Evil-
He's like,
Evelyn,
Yeah. He was like, wait a minute.
Battle
Listen,
Cat.
they were like, children are simple. Their minds cannot comprehend complex names and character nuances. You must make it very obvious for the American child.
yeah, seriously, right?
Look at how cute
He-
Stitch is.
He-Man. She's very cute, very cute.
Yeah.
You know,
he's a he and a man.
perfect. You guys know He-Man has a sister.
She-Ra, right?
She's my friend.
She-Ra's your friend? Okay.
I was a little too young for that, but I was on in syndication, and through somebody, I don't know how, I inherited her She-Ra, Princess of Power, and all of the action figures. And it was like so funny because I'd only seen like 2 episodes ever of the cartoon in syndication, but I had the whole army of toys secondhand, and I was like,
Wow.
pretty
wow.
cool. Yeah.
10-year-old me is very envious.
Well, he
No-
should be.
And now you have a whole She-Ra tattoo on your whatever. Some part you've got She-Ra's.
I don't, but I think that's a great tattoo idea. Actually, I think that'd be a sick tattoo. They rebooted her too, and I think it's a Netflix cartoon, but it's done very well.
You know, is it in fact a sister for sure? Like they're actually brother and sister versus cousins or something?
You know what? I don't know for sure. I just know they are familial.
They are, okay.
Yeah,
Which makes sense. So
yeah. Again, this was an inherited collection. I don't know for sure. These were gently used toys that came to me. I love the shock of when Tredoni stabs Father Tom. I honestly, the
Yes.
first time I saw that, I did not expect her to stab him.
Yeah, nor I.
Yeah. It's good too. It is a good stab. It's like it's got a good little crunch, kind of sound when
Yeah.
they do it, and it's like quick and it goes in deep right there. It was good. And I
Right.
do love it when how he lays his head down, or when he's dying, the way she's just hugging
Yeah.
him, he lays his head down, the
Yeah.
blood that kind of comes down her
The
her
70s
yellow
bright
slicker.
red.
Oh, love
Yep.
that 70s bright red blood. Yeah, it's kind of like a Mother Mary kind of vibe is kind of what I was getting when she does it.
Mm.
Kind of a symbology thing. I love again the 70s cop who's like, I want one of my men to be a sniper, like up
Yeah.
in the fucking choir loft. It was, I mean,
Not
he
my
was,
church or not.
yeah, I mean, he was right though. Like they
Yes.
could have just took out Mrs. Trelawney pretty easily.
He
But
could have.
but Father Tom had to have his way. It's like she wasn't gonna go quietly into that cold, dark night.
Well, she was denied communion, so
Oh, she was fucking pissed. It's so great when she's in line, you just see her bloody shoes, and she's got that like 1,000-yard stare, and it's like, oh, Mrs. Trelawney's not feeling so well today, kids. She's not
Yeah,
looking so good.
She scrubbed one too many priest floor or whatever. So
Oh yeah, the
something.
Monsignor.
Monsignor.
Mm.
All right. Did you catch that? I want my cake.
I didn't. I
At
wish,
one
now I wish
point,
I
he says, I
did.
want my cake now. And I'm like,
Yes.
Joe.
Oh my God!
I want my Monsignor cake. Bedelia.
Okay, so
That's
did
so good.
anyone else that feel that Miss Trelawney and Monsignor had some sort of relationship?
Oh, that would never have flown
Oh.
though. That would have been most taboo.
Okay.
See, okay, so this is sort of okay, this is my take. I can find no evidence of this anywhere, but my
Let's have
take
it.
is that they had a relationship and Father Tom is their son, and that's why she's so protective over everyone.
Jesus. Wow.
Or maybe
That's where my
even,
mind went anyway.
or maybe even he fathered her daughter.
And the daughter as well. Both.
Because she's, she's looking through those old pictures. She's like, memories on the corner of my eye. I don't really know the words.
My
And,
mind.
So,
Golden.
so yeah,
memories.
that's where I went with it. That was my just after when the credits started rolling, that's kind of where I was like, okay. I mean, there's
like
no
that.
evidence for that in the movie.
No,
And I can't find anything online about it, like I
it's
said. But
headcanon.
yeah.
But I like that because the way I took it, and I'm open to your idea, open to any ideas with it, but is that when she lost her daughter, she kind of like had a little bit of a break with reality, and then taking care of the men of the church just became like her her mission and her passion, and she has a really warped view of what's best for them and like how to protect them and like the people she thinks are like corrupt and shouldn't be around them. The Monsignor was so sad.
It's just interesting that her way of protecting them is by committing a mortal sin of murder.
But if she thinks she's like this Saint Michael figure, then she thinks she's doing this like God's work.
She's like above it all.
Yeah, she's like
She does
she's
not have
doing
to.
it for the right reasons.
Okay.
I felt so
Okay.
bad for the poor Monsignor when he comes down in his chair and he's like sitting there and he's like, I don't want to be here. I felt so bad for him. I'm like, oh Jesus, poor guy.
Yeah. He was.
Give me my wine. And they're like, no, eat your spinach.
Yeah.
You
Give
need me
my-
to feed you again?
Give me my Chianti.
Yeah, I know. It's like the dude's like 100 years old. Let him have his wine in his bedroom. I mean, what are we fucking doing here, Trelawney? What is this?
I was
Give him
also
his
getting
cake.
some grandpa from Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes off of him.
He just needs the hammer in his hands. Go on, Grandpa. Give her a good whack.
Get her a good one, Grandpa.
Oh my God. Yes. 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 Yes.
Should just distracted him with a finger with blood on it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm still not over. I'll never seen that movie so many times. I'll never get over the finger sucking trauma. That is that moment in that movie. That's the most traumatizing part of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Speaking of finger licking, the only thing that this movie was missing, because of what it reminded me of, was some armpits. Missed a little armpit action.
Yeah.
If only
love
we
it.
had.
I love
maybe-
it. That director who's like done porn is like, even I won't do the armpit licking.
I mean, you could have even had just. But what's the big guy's name? The landlord.
Mr.
Mr.
Alfonso.
Alfonso.
Alfonso. Yeah, like he could have just been, because he's wearing the tank top, right? So
no,
he could have just been
Neil.
like laying back, and
No.
I don't know. Even one of the cats could have gone in for a lick. I mean, it had something.
I was gonna suggest Aunt Annie.
Yeah, there you go.
Aunt Annie would be down. She
No,
Get her
see,
like a
on that.
headlock.
I think
and everything.
Catherine and Dom were about to go there, but then he got the phone call from his wife.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
clearly,
funny.
yeah.
He like takes the call. He's like, nothing, just making out with my ex-wife. Like,
Yeah, I know, right? Got
Oh
a
my
dead
God,
daughter, got another one in a psych ward.
Yeah.
Hey, let's have
Oh my God,
sex.
and his stupid wife is like, well, I'm just lonely.
Yeah.
It was like,
yeah.
fucking lady, read the room.
I know.
Like,
His fucking daughter died. Like, maybe you can fuck off for a while.
and
while I
maybe-
take care of it.
maybe you could be there for
Or
him.
that too,
And like,
yeah.
I mean, there's a thought, but she's clearly busy.
I actually really liked that scene between the husband and the exes after they take the phone call, and how they're just
okay.
like, and she's just
Yeah.
like, I wanted it too, and then they just kind of have a little embrace, about that and part.
Yeah.
I actually like that little scene. It was nice.
It's
It felt
very
like a genuine-
realistic.
It felt like
Yeah.
a genuine thing, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. So they're both. She's saying, we're both just needed to be held, or whatever it was, kind of thing she said. So that was a nice little scene, actually.
Mhm.
And I because mom, I have a hard relationship with the mom. I don't really, there's some times where I think, and I like how she's sticking up for Alice and stuff, but then she also, not very nice to her. Like throughout the like other parts of the movie. It's just kind of and I think it's, I don't know, maybe it's just illustrating that she's really going through it. I mean, it was, I don't think it's still like, the Catholic Church doesn't love it when people get divorced, and I know it was even worse back then. So that
Mm.
could also be part of, why Mrs. Tredoni doesn't like the mom, is because she's a divorcee as well.
Right.
And I'm sure she's facing like a lot of criticism from people for being divorced. So she's probably under a lot of strain. But I still think she could be a little nicer to Alice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, I think, I mean, I don't know. I think in the 70s, if you look at Baby,
60s.
how Baby, it was 60s, but it was a
Right.
70s film. But
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like the mom and Baby, or the family and Baby treated him, like
Well-
he was, a kid gloves either. I mean, I'm just
Oh my
saying,
God,
in the
Neil.
70s, you would beat your kid around a little bit, you'd knock him over, it's tough love in those days.
I love
So-
it that like your gauge of parenting is Baby's family.
I,
Like, I mean, they weren't Baby's family. Like,
I mean, no,
no.
I'm saying that, maybe there's some parallels there. I don't know.
Neil,
Thank
Neil,
God.
it's a good benchmark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caleb and I
like,
turned out we're such rough and tough he-men because of the way we were raised in the 70s. That's how it worked.
my God. That's it exactly. That's totally just slam the kids around a little bit. Stitches, you can't clip
Oh my
yourself
goodness,
right
Stitches,
now.
be a lady. What the heck?
That.
Jeez.
Oh,
Just give
shit,
it
it's so
away, why
bad.
don't you?
Get it.
Oh my God, you guys, the cable management in this situation is horrifying. And she just like nimbly like whoop,
Right through it.
jumped through all of the cables perfectly, because otherwise this entire setup would have come crashing down.
Wow.
Nice.
She's
Yeah.
like entrapment when they're going through the going
Yes,
through the-
exactly. That was her.
Good job,
Um,
Stitches. Catherine Zeta Stitches. Okay.
Catherine Zeta Stitches.
Since we're kind of talking about the Catherine character, that actress's name is Linda Miller.
Yes.
Her father, Jackie Gleason.
No.
Really?
Her son, Jason Patrick. Fucking
Really?
Michael from The Lost Boy. I had no
Wow.
idea. No
Damn.
idea.
They're a
Damn.
dynasty.
Yeah.
Because I looked at her IMDb and I saw she'd done a lot of things. And she's, you know, clearly like the top build and everything in the film. But I didn't know. I didn't know, man.
Had no idea that Jackie Gleason was Jason Patrick's grandfather.
Yeah.
Wow.
No idea.
And
Wow.
so let's not forget about Speed 2 cruise control as well.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah. Let's not forget that one. The cruise ship that crashes through the earth for like 5 minutes straight. He's like just can't stop. Just keeps going and going. Sorry. Anyway.
If I ever meet Sandra Bullock, I just want to remind her of that film. I just want to be like, hey, remember how
too.
you did that movie? Just like, I've decided, like, and I like Sandra Bullock, it's nothing personal, but I just decided whenever I meet a celebrity now, I just want to remind them of the career scarring things from their IMDb page they want to forget.
Yes.
I just want to like gleefully bring it up like the little Satan that I am.
They don't like that when you call out projects they
I
may not be
know.
fond of. So
That's
I'm just saying
that's
you might
why I
not get
wanna
a
do
call
it.
back. You might not get a call back for dinner that night, is all I'm saying.
That's why I
So-
want to do it though. I just want to be my gleeful little Satan self.
You
and be
want to do
like,
that? Okay.
Sandra,
All right.
do it after we've had them on the show.
Yeah, really.
No. I'm gonna just talk about it the whole
during,
time.
so they can't go
Yeah.
away. But
Yeah, when they're there in person though.
I'm just saying Michelle Pfeiffer ain't returning my phone calls anymore. That's all I can say.
What did you say to her
So,
again?
Here's about Grease 2.
Grease too.
How much I
Oh,
love Grease
that's
2.
right. Oh,
And I was
yeah.
serious. And she still was
Yeah.
like, security.
You were giving
So-
her a genuine compliment.
Yep.
And she was
So-
like, no.
She was no. Anyway, yeah. Let's see what happens though, Sandra. Give it a shot.
I just that's what's gonna be my little homework, my little mission in life. I'm just gonna comb through people's IMDb's and then when I meet them, I'm just going to like
Give him
throw
a
it out
little.
there.
Yeah. Don't forget. Well, we know that Hungry Boy is what's his face? Hugh Jackman.
Hugh
So
Jackman.
you got to figure what's Jackman's film? What's
Oh, I'm
his-
sure there's plenty.
What is Jackman ashamed of?
Maybe Kate Leopold.
Swordfish.
I think
Oh yeah.
Fish is an okay film. Why does everyone
Ugh.
hate that movie so much?
Ugh, good God.
That film, I know I saw it, but it's like nothing. There's another beige in my
It
mind.
had cool effects in it.
What?
I like it had some good audio editing and some kind of cool effects in it like that. So-
Yikes.
I'm sure he's got some skeletons in his closet from his younger years.
There's probably
I'll
some
have to. I'll
Australian.
go deep with Jackman.
You need to go
But if not-
deep within the cooey. You gotta go deep.
But if not, like I said, I think Kate and Leopold might be kind of horrifying, and I'll be like,
Van Helsing.
Helsing.
Yeah,
Helsing.
Helsing.
God.
That's a good one too.
yeah,
good
that's a
one.
good one.
Kate Leopold, though, Sandra. Yeah, possibly.
I'll find something good.
The problem with Hugh Jackman, he's such a good guy. He like would never trash anything, probably. You know
Oh,
what I
I'm
mean?
sure he has like nice
Yes.
things to say. Yeah,
That's true.
but you know what? I'm gonna push it and find out.
Okay.
There's also
Hungry.
that one with the boxing robots. I forget what that one.
Real
It's
Steel.
Rock'em Sock'em.
There-
Yeah,
there
it's
you
the
go.
Rock'em
Still,
Sock'em.
that's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
movie. Mike.
That one was
Yeah,
rough
that's kind of
too.
cute.
No, that was actually a cute
It's
little film.
cute.
My kids love that movie. Man.
My
See,
iguana
We'll
loves.
have
I
to
don't have an
agree
iguana.
to disagree.
My chameleon.
okay.
My chameleon loves that film.
Coming up next on the Cult Show, Real Steel.
As soon as we got him home, he was like, "Do you guys have Real Steel on Blu-ray?"
That's why he was so grumpy. You're like, no, we don't have physical
Like,
media.
yeah, we're like, "Yes, we
Sorry.
don't." He's like, "Kids these
And he, like,
days."
did you like
eh."
change to immediate red? It was like, "Brr." All pissed off. That's a no? Okay. All right.
It's
Well,
a yes. It's a yes.
That's a yes. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Alice, sweet Alice. Sweet
Is a
Alice.
sweet little slasher film.
Sweet little film. Alice is a mean little girl. She's got a lot of bite, but it's a
You can't
Good-
blame her though.
and it's got your ambiguous ending at the end, even.
I love ambiguity.
That's right. You don't
It's
know.
even
she
got
did.
she stares at the camera, just
Yeah.
breaks the fourth wall and stares at the camera, and
I have one final note. One final
Yeah.
thought.
Yes.
I had said I loved the shot at the end when you like see her face and and she's got the kill bag and it's like she's
Yeah.
inherited it. My favorite my favorite moment is actually a little bit before that when she yet a fucking again gets skipped over for communion. And just the look on her face is like, like it's so
It's just like,
good.
no, you're
She's
not
like-
getting it.
She's like, give me that knife. I'm gonna fucking stab Father
no,
Tom in the
she's-
neck.
She's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab a bitch. That's all
She's
there is
like,
to it. It's like,
not
I'm done.
once, but twice. Twice I have not been given communion. And I wear my little thing on my head. And I'm a big girl. And I've already done my first communion.
I stole my sister's veil. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But
I know.
okay, in that same scene, which is kind of funny, actually, since you brought it up, was the lady stabbed. I can't remember her name. Tribbiani. What's her name? What is it? Tridoni. Joey Tribbiani stabbed his father in the
Tributary.
neck.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then everyone screams. No one moves or does anything to stop her, or like
Nope.
runs away, or
Nope.
they all just stand there going, "Oh my god!" like crying, or
Oh no.
it was like no one
Yeah.
did anything. You know what I mean? To move, or she's got a knife. Let's get her on the floor. She just stabbed the priest in the neck. But
You
thought that
would
was
think
kinda
somebody
funny.
would freaking tackle her. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Even the cops were just like, "Oh yeah, well,
Right.
we knew she'd do it." We're gonna
They
stand
like
here and look.
casually like
Yeah.
kind of walk in like, well, we told you.
We told
Should
you.
have let
yeah,
us
here's
have a
my-
sniper.
I got a Marlboro, so it's okay. You know.
Right.
So
Yeah, we witnessed it, so
Yeah,
we can
that
take
was
her to
kinda
jail
funny.
now.
pretty much. Once the priest is done bleeding out, we won't try to apply pressure to his neck or anything to save him. Just let him bleed
Nobody
out,
tries to
so-
rush him out or anything.
No.
He's a lost cause.
It's very leisurely
Yes.
murder in the. I guess they're just so shocked. They're just verklempt.
I guess
They're
that's what it is.
overcome.
I guess that's it. Oh
Yeah.
well, but still, Alice Beat Out. It's a great film. I think it's a
Yeah.
from thumbs up for me.
Thumbs
And me
up.
as well, yeah. For a movie made in the 70s,
How many-
it definitely holds up. So,
How many Hail Marys does it get? What's the Hail Mary
out,
rating?
out of
Oh,
what?
nine.
I don't know. How high does it go? I have no. I don't know.
Oh, I think you can be bespoke to do many. There's a whole thing like you have to do like these little prayers or these little prayers. I'm gonna give it 9 Hail Marys out
Okay.
of I don't know 12.
I would give it 3.5 out of 5.
Perfect. I love this. Let's all be different.
Okay. Jesus, I'll give it 95 3/4 out of 101.
Perfect.
How's that? Okay.
It's plenty of Hail Marys.
Nailed
It's all
it.
you
Is
need
that
to
good?
do. Yeah. Well, I think it's time we go to confession and
do
talk
it.
about some shit because
I'm gonna be set afire. I know that. I'm gonna be set
Yeah.
ablaze. So
let's
Not
get-
unlike
let's-
the daughter in the movie.
Choked
So.
out first or after, though?
Good question. Next week, it's our 1-year anniversary of live shows. Please, you want to tune in for that one. It's going to be special. There's going to be
it's gonna be hella
specialties.
special.
Yes.
Specialties.
And you have to bring a friend.
You have to be a friend
Absolutely.
and enter the giveaway.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
Yeah.
it's worth it. Some
So-
good stuff in there.
Get
Twitter.
that loot.
Instagram, Facebook, subscribe, YouTube, whatever you got to do. Just do it. It's worth it. We promise.
Get
Yes.
that
Sandra
loot.
calls you. She calls you at night before you go to bed to wish you a very happy dream and good evening. So
Yeah. Don't
you want that call.
You want more of me in your phone.
You do. All right,
All right.
everyone. Have a great evening.
She took
Thank
my
you.
doll. Neil took my doll.
Yeah, she ruined my veil.
Caleb took my veil. Mother.
All right.
Producer Scott believes me. Producer Scott, he can give back my veil.
Secrets in the sauce. Visual Mark Business Truth, Dusty, Macy, Laura, Mindy, Hungry, Michael, Mike. I already said that guy.
Already said that guy.
And that guy, and that guy.
And that
That
girl.
guy.
Nicole and
That
Enoch.
fucking guy.
Fucking guys. And there's a new guy. Andrew, I think his name was. Is that your guy?
Andrew,
Steven?
That's my guy.
That's your guy. Okay. Y'all, sorry. Bye.